What's up, everybody? Well, today I am here to bring you the Hoover Elite's direct competitor. What I have here is the Eureka Bravo model 9206. This is one of the lower end bare bones of the Eureka Bravo machine. It has no headlight, single row brush roll, and 7 amps. And this is my first Eureka Bravo machine. I've always wanted a Bravo, well, particularly one of the higher end models like the Powerline or the World Vac. But for now, this is close. This is the only Bravo machine I have for the time being. They're pretty sparse. Not too many of them have popped up for sale. Either that or I didn't have the money at the time or wanted to save money and they sold like hotcakes. So this Eureka Bravo I bought from my local Goodwill for only like $7. So this thing was pretty cheap, and unfortunately when I got it, the motor bearings were shot, which is a thing that plagues a lot of these Eureka Bravos, even worse so than the Hoover Elite. Motor bearing failures, or at least they seem to fail faster in these Bravos rather than the Elites. So this I decided to have be my first vacuum rebuild project, or vacuum motor rebuild project, and maybe later on I'll sell this, and hopefully later on down the road I'll buy a more loaded Bravo like the ones I've been dreaming of. But for the time being, this is a pretty good machine. This is the first Bravo I've ever had to live with, because most of the vacuums I have in my collection, at least the ones I've been exposed to as a child, were Hoover Elites, because those were literally the more popular vacuums, and frankly one of the more better built ones than these Bravos or even the Dirt Devil equivalent machines at the time were. But there are some things to like about this Bravo, and I'm going to go over all the features of it right here in this video. So as we move up top here, like I said, this is one of the more base, bare bones Eureka Bravo. It's got no headlight or anything. It's just as simple as it gets. Up top, the handle is pretty thin. I honestly like the feel of the Elites a little bit better, mostly because I've got a pretty big hand, so being a tiny little handle grip like this, it just kind of feels awkward at some points. So right here is your outer bag. This is one of the soft bag models Bravos. The only thing I don't like about these Bravos is that there's no spring tension to hold back the outer bag. It just puffs open. It just puffs up to its maximum level, and there's nothing holding it back. So anyway, you got this straight zipper right here. Gain access to your bag except instead of on the side like an Elite does. So right here, this vacuum normally takes Eureka Style U bags, but I, being the filtration freak that I am running a rigged generic style Hoover type A bag. The collars are surprisingly the same size, so it fits in place, but you will have to trim a bit of the collar off just to get it to fit the bag dock of a Style U. And also, as you can see, it is held in place by the little bag spring right here. This sometimes really likes to slip off on me sometimes. Let me see if I can get this thing back on. Okay, there we are. Make sure the other side isn't coming down, and it isn't. But anyway, at least you get modern filtration out of a cloth HEPA bag than you would a paper bag, which I've only seen Eureka Style used in paper bag configuration. Right here you have the Eureka Bravo lettering on the side, triple filter. So as we come down here, here's your hood. This one has 5 carpet height adjustments, which is nice. The Hoover Elite only comes with 4. And right here is your little trap door for your hose connector, pretty similar like a Hoover Elite. Right here, this piece right here is for where a headlight would have gone if it were a higher end model. This blank right here is for a clear belt window, so you can monitor the life of your belt through there to see if it's snapped. And right here is your power switch. Eureka traditional style foot switch. I like it that they stuck with the traditional lower end foot style power switch. But interestingly enough, the way it works is there's actually a main push style on-off switch in the valley of the motor, kind of like the traditional slider switch of a Hoover Elite that's connected to the main rocker switch down in the valley of the motor. This foot pedal is connected to a push style switch inside there, and that's how this power switch works. Very interesting. So anyway, let's go and flip this thing down. Here is its original brush roll. It is a single row. And the bristles are medium stiff. I'm thinking one of these days I might need to get a new brush roll for this, because the brush roll does make a little bit of noise, which I honestly feel like I can rule out the motor bearings because those are brand new. So anyway, right here is your model number. Excuse me, not Hoover. What the hell am I thinking? 120 volts, 7 amp motors, and plant type A, model 9206. And if anyone knows how to serial date these Eurekas, please let me know. I want to say this vacuum was from 1995. But that's because I'm just reading the first 2 digits, which probably say that this could be in 1995. And let's flip this thing back up. So now let's go and move along to the back here, where you have all your tools. Unfortunately, these were borrowed from other machines. The extension wands are actually Hoover extension wands that I just put on this for the sake of this video. They do fit and work just like they should. But eventually, one of these days, I'll get some Eureka extension wands. I think they're a little bit longer than these are. So down here, you got tools that I borrowed from my Eureka the Boss Smart Vac. You have your upholstery tool. You have your dusting brush. And your crevice tool. And yeah, this one does come with a wraparound hose up top here. Not really the best quality plastic hose in my opinion, because the plastic feels pretty cheap and it definitely crinkles pretty easily. Right here is the connection for down in the vacuum head. Anyway, let's go and put this back in. And now we'll go ahead and release the cord. One thing I really don't like about this, the cord does not have a quick release. So you have to unravel it the old-fashioned way, which I honestly wish Eureka would have did something about that. But that's just your little bit difference in build quality of these. They have some ups and downs compared to their direct competitors, but there are some areas where they are kind of lacking. So now let's go ahead and turn this thing on and demo it for you guys. Now, I would like to point out this thing is pretty loud. Originally, I thought it was because I installed something in the motor wrong, or that the brush roll is making a loud noise, which I might want to get a replacement for, but as for the time being, I'm just come to the conclusion it's just that loud. So, here we go. This is a very good vacuum to use, but its noise is pretty unbearable. And although I've used a Dirt Devil Featherlight, the direct air version when I was little, that had a broken fan, and it was like like screeching loud, probably louder than this, but this thing is a pretty noisy machine. So as usual, before I end my videos, let's go ahead and show you this thing in tool mode. So let's go ahead and connect the hose in like so. Now, as usual, since this is a direct air machine, don't expect miracle suction power from this. But I argue it's a little bit better than a Hoover Elite. So anyway, let's go ahead and get out the tools here. You have your 2 extension wands. I like it that these Bravos came with 2 extension wands. The Hoover Elite only came with 1. Well, depending on how equipped it was. Your upholstery tool. Your adjusting brush. And lastly, your crevice tool. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull the hose out of the Well, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Eureka Bravo. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.